Hi everyone, I'm going to show you how to make a technical drawing from the MegaBlock model that we created. So I'm right here in my design and I'm going to go to the drawing environment. So I'm going to do that by clicking on that rectangle up at the top left, going down to the drawing selection and select from design. And this panel is going to come up giving me some options. Yours might look a little bit different than this at the start, but that's okay. We are going to make the full assembly. We are going to create from new, from scratch, and I like to use ASME, that's the American Society of Mechanical Engineers. ISO is a different engineering organization. My units are going to be inches. That's going to be consistent with the units I use in my model. The sheet size I'm going to use is A, and I have the option of a orientation of landscape and portrait. So if I'm going to go portrait, I like portrait a little bit better, and so it's going to be a standard piece of paper, 8.5 by 11. So if I wanted to print it, it would print nicely. I'm going to hit OK, and a new window is going to come up, and it's going to take a little bit of time, so just be patient. All right, this is saying right off with my settings over here that I'm going to start with my front view. I'm going to have a 1-to-1 scale. There's some other settings that I'm not going to worry about right now, but right now I'm going to drop my base view. And so I'm going to drag over and I can see like, all right, that's going to be my size. But maybe I can go 1-to-2. Let's see what happens. Oh, see how that made that really small. Or if I made it, let's say 2-to-1. See what happens. Oh, that makes it way too big. All right, so right now I'm going to stick with 1-to-1, and I can always come back and change it. So I'm going to type 1:1, and I'm going to come over here to the bottom left corner, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to say OK. Now, see that it's showing my my hidden lines. And right now, I think that makes it a little bit too confusing. So I'm going to double click, and my menu is going to come back up. And my style has my visible edges, my visible and hidden edges. I can make it shaded and then shaded with hidden edges. So let's just click through and see the difference. That's with no hidden edges. I like that. That's a solid. I like that. Looks nice. And then this is with solid and my hidden edges. But right now, because this is a drawing, a mechanical drawing, a technical drawing, I'm going to go visible edges only. And I'm going to close. Okay? So now I'm going to set my projected view. So I can click here on this icon. I can go to my drop down and I can select projected view from my drop down, or I could just press P. All right, so I'm going to use one of those options, and I'm going to go to my base view that I've dropped down, and I'm going to click, drag up. I'm going to go back and hover over my model and drag to the right. I'm going to go back over my model and click, and now I'm going to push escape. So I have my front view, my top view, and my right view. And I think that's going to be enough for us. In class, I showed you how to do the bottom view, but let's just not do that for this example. This is a little bit big, and so I'm going to change this a little bit. So I'm going to click on this, this isometric view, it's called, and I'm going to make this like a 1-to-1.5. And it's weird to write ratios like that, but that's okay. This isn't our math class. And I'm going to make this solid. I like to have my isometric view a solid view. Okay, and I'm going to close. All right, so I'm going to start adding my dimensions. Notice that if I move these, that they have to say like horizontal or vertical with each other. That's one of the rules of mechanical drawings. So I'm just trying to orient this enough so I can have space to add all of the dimensions that I'm anticipating. All right, so I'm going to go to the dimension tool in my menu up here, and I'm going to click, and I'm going to drag down and say, all right, that's going to be 2.49. I think over here, this would be a good place to display the total height, 1.48. I can display the thickness of it over here, 1.24. Notice that my dimension is staying within the border. I don't want my dimensions, let me escape this. I don't want my dimensions to be like over here. That's not desirable. So let me just back up and not do that. Oh, that's not the dimension I wanted. There we go. That looks good. Okay, I want to show the height of my these studs, the mega blocks. Those are called studs. I could click here and show that height. I can click here and show this height right next to it. Now that went outside, and I don't like that. I'm not happy with it, so I'm gonna hit escape and exit my dimension tool, and then I can click and I can drag on this dimension and move it back in. Come on. And I don't like where it is. I'm just gonna delete it. I just don't like how it's lining up, so I'm gonna choose to add it to this side over here. Click, click, and drag it over. So it's much clearer to see it from that direction. Let's see, we could show the total height of the studs if we wanted to. I can click there and drag it over. That looks good. And let's see, I'm going to add a center line. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to click on the circle and add a center line and add a center line. And I'm going to hit escape to exit that tool and click on the center line, and I'm going to drag this center line. So now I can show that the center of each one of those studs is going to be 0.62 inches from the corner. Now I don't need to add the middle. I'm going to click and show you right now. I don't need to add this dimension because I can use subtraction and go 2.49, subtract this value to get this value. So I'm just going to delete this. Right, we don't want to over dimension our drawings. So I do want to show the radius, or sorry, the diameter of these studs. There's two because there's that chamfered edge. So I am going to click, and if I click on a curved curved feature, Fusion will know that it should write it as either diameter and the actual diameter. It uses this symbol for diameter, or if it's a radius, it'll use R. And over here, I'm going to click on the inside one. I'm going to drag it out. And I think that's pretty good. Okay. I'm going to go with this. Sometimes, oh, that's not what I want. Sometimes it's kind of cool to have your projected view right here. You could do that still. Hit projected view, go up here. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to click on this. Let me see. There we go. Solid view. I'm going to make it a 1 to 2. And I'm going to drag it over here. All right. So I think that's pretty good. I'm going to hit save. And it's going to save it as whatever my model was named. Make sure it's going to save to your folder. Hit save. But now to submit it to Canvas, I need to export it. So I'm going to hit export. It's going to be all sheets, PDF, and I'm going to hit OK. This is the name it's going to have. And I don't have this selected. I have save to my computer, and that's what I want. You need to have a location here. And if you don't see a location, then go to this this menu here and select a location. It could be downloads, it could be your desktop, it doesn't matter. I'm going to save it to my downloads, and I'm going to hit save. And yes, I'm going to save it. And now that document exists and is downloaded to your computer. And so you can use you can use Canvas now, and you could submit that document to Canvas. And that's what you're going to submit for this assignment. All right, I hope that helped out. Thanks for watching.